Yo, what up? It's your boy Corey Parson, the fantasy executive here for Better Network and Fantasy Alarm. And only 1 week remains in the college football season, and that is championship week. But here it goes. As far as I'm concerned, in the Fantasy Executive College Football Index, 3 teams have already punched their ticket to the college football playoff. Number 1 seed, the Michigan Wolverines, obviously, undefeated team, big win over Ohio State. The number 2 seed, the Georgia Bulldogs, undefeated team, headed to the SEC championship game. And as far as I'm concerned, the Washington Huskies, with an undefeated Pac-12 regular season, have clinched their ticket to the college football playoff, Pac-12 best conference in college football this year. Now, with that being said, who is going to be team number 4? You know it's going to be controversial, but I think I got it figured out already. Let's start with Friday night, where Oregon is a 9.5-point favorite in the Pac-12 championship versus the Washington Huskies. Now, if Oregon does go ahead to win this game, you see how much they're almost a 10-point favorite. I think you tentatively put Oregon in spot 4. That's right, 2 Pac-12 teams in the college football playoff. Now, on Saturday afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, when the SEC championship game kicks off, that's when things will start to get interesting. Because if Alabama beats Georgia, Alabama, as a 1-loss SEC champion, will knock Oregon out of the college football playoff, and you have 2 SEC teams. And you will say, well, how could you do that to Oregon? Alabama has a loss. Since when has a 1-loss SEC champion not gone to the college football playoff? Oh, you want to knock Washington out? Well, you put TCU in last year despite losing in their conference title game after having an undefeated regular season. Now, where this really could get interesting, if Georgia, which they more than likely could, ends up beating Alabama, to me, it's a lock. Oregon is in. They're the place to go. Now, you can say a 1-loss Oregon is not fair to a possibly undefeated Florida State team, but here it is. The truth of the matter is this. Nobody's going to say this, but the fantasy executive is going to tell you this. They're going to hold Jordan Travis's injury against Florida State. For Florida State to get in, they need Oregon and Bama to lose. And then they'll wrestle it out with Texas for that last spot. But at that point, it should be Florida State. But as far as I'm concerned, Alabama wins the SEC championship. Why would you say that? Nick Saban is doing his best coaching job to date. I think this is a destiny season for Alabama. So the Final 4, fantasy executive style, Michigan, Georgia, Washington, and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Curious of your thoughts, who you think is going to be in the college football playoff. Drop a line down there in the comment section. Let's hash it out. Also, fantasy football playoff time is approaching. Get a Fantasy Alarm All-Pro subscription. Unlock all the content for all sports, including annual draft guides. Go All-Pro now and save an extra $100 when you unlock all access all year. Use the promo code LOCK at fantasyalarm.com/lock.